You are listening to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond with Dr. Deb Butler. This is episode number 250. Welcome to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond. This is Dr. Deb Butler, Master Life and Weight Coach, and as always, your coach. If you're a woman and you're smart and you're successful and you've been struggling with weight your whole life, and now menopause is making it harder than ever, and you are ready to make this the last time you ever have to go on a diet again, then this podcast is for you. Stay tuned. Hi, all my dear friends. How are you today? You know what? It's a beautiful day here in the Midwest, and it's sunny. I'm so excited. I'm getting ready to go out for a really good hike after I'm through talking to you. But I got to tell you, I am really excited about two things. The first is I just finished up my last group from last year, and they are doing amazing. That's the group that I did, and we worked through the holidays and some amazing results from that. And I'm hoping to have a couple of these people on my podcast so they can tell you more about it. The other thing that I'm really excited about is that my new group, the doors will be opening in February. And so I want to talk to you about that. And I'm ready to do some coaching with you. I want to know who's out there. I want to know what your questions are. I want to know what your problems are. And the way that we're going to do that is by the only way I know how to do it is to get you on Zoom and coach you. So I am offering a free webinar at the end of January on January 26th. At 11:30 a.m. Central. It's going to be 75 minutes of pure coaching and glorious talking. And I'll also tell you about the class that'll be opening up in February. If you've been wanting to get in it, maybe this is your time. Oh my gosh, this last group has been amazing going through the holidays. And, I want to share with you a little bit about this group and some of the things that I learned that maybe I didn't know before. So, I've done a lot of podcasts on, I really want you to believe that you can eat whatever you want. But I will tell you, after going through with this group, it's still the hardest thought to be able to try on and believe. And I think it's because most of you and most of my clients, especially when they start, they still think that they have to restrict or deprive themselves. And whenever you're in the place of thinking and feeling restricted and deprived, there's only one thing that you're ever going to do. And you know what that is? You're going to overeat every single time. So like when you're doing an amazing program like the one that I'm talking about in my podcast, the ones that I talk about in my group where I coach you within a group, my individual clients where I use that program with individual clients, what I work with more than anything is to help you manage your mind around putting food into your mouth. And honest to goodness is that when you can manage your mind about the food that you put in your mouth, the food doesn't become that big of a deal. But if you still look at food as something that needs to be restricted or deprived, that feeling will always cause overeating. So, are you feeling that? Now, even if you're doing something like, if you're deciding to do something like no flour, no sugar, which is what I use in my signature program that I'll be introducing again in February, you cannot do it from a place of restriction and deprivation because the only thing that will happen is it will make you want to eat it. It's the same for anything. If there is anything you think you can't eat and it makes you feel deprived, you will eat it. And when you eat it, it will not be a mindful exploration of the food. It will be a fog or a storm eat based on negative emotion. So when I was talking to my group today on our last call, we did a model on joy eats. And one of the things that came up for one of the women on this call that I did the model on is that what she thinks about joy eats is that she can't eat them and get to her goal weight. Now, you might think that's a fact, and I'll tell you what, she did think that was a fact. But we all know that it is just a thought. It's a sentence in your head that you think about Joy Eats. So what we did when we were talking about it is I said, so when you think I can't eat this and get to my ideal goal or to my goal weight, how does it make you feel? And guess what? That same feeling comes up. Deprived and restricted. And when she was thinking that, guess what she was doing? She was fog eating joy foods, right? Because she didn't think she could eat them. I want you to know, listen to me very, very closely. Listen to me. You can eat anything you want. And if you don't believe that, it's only because you haven't practiced it enough and you haven't done your joy eating properly. So this is what I want you to think about for this week, because this is going to be a shorter podcast. But I really want you to think about this very, very closely. How do you want to think about Joy Eats? How do you want to think about eating in general? I want you to believe that you get to create what you want and that you get to eat what you want and you get to do what you want. And if you come from a place of 100% believing that, it's going to create a feeling of either freedom or it's going to create a feeling of peace. And I know that's what you're looking for. I know that's the feeling that you're looking for. I know that with every client that I work with, in the end, the compelling reason is to feel free and peaceful around their body and food. Now, I'm telling you, the only way to do that is to see what you're thinking now. And if you have any types of thoughts that cause deprivation or restriction, you are going to not be able to enjoy a joy food and stop eating the minute that you're done. So this is what I want you to practice this week. I've talked a lot about Joy Eats, but I really want you to actually plan a Joy Eat, like every day or every other day. And I want you to watch your mind around it. And I want you to be able to try on this thought, is that I can eat whatever I want. And seriously, you can eat Joy Eats and lose weight. You also can eat Joy Eats and gain weight too, depending on how you think about it. So if you're thinking like my client was thinking in the group today, is that she could never get to her goal weight, she is never going to get to her goal weight because we all know the way the model works, that our results are evidence for our thinking. So this is what I want you to try on this week, is that I can have Joy Eats as long as I enjoy every bite. I can choose how many. I can choose what it is. I get to decide because guess what? You're deciding anyway. You're either deciding from a place of restriction and deprivation and overeating and overfogging and overstorming, or you're going to do it from a place of I get to eat whatever I want. I get to choose to eat whatever I want. I get to eat Joy Eats if I want. I can eat whatever I want. I can choose to eat whatever I want. You choose what you want to think that gives you that feeling of freedom and peace. Because that's what I did with this client today, is we kept tweaking the thought until she says, oh my gosh, that's it. I can believe that. She couldn't quite go to, I can eat whatever I want, but she could go to, I can enjoy to eat. I can enjoy whatever food I choose to eat. That's where she could go. I can enjoy to choose whatever Joy I choose. That's where she went. So, sometimes you have to tweak these thoughts enough so that your body gets in sync and you can feel the feeling come through. That's the feeling that you want, freedom and peace. Now, I'm doing a free webinar and it's going to be at the end of the month on January 26th. You want in? Go to drdebbutler.com/free because it's free. I'm going to do what I love to do most, coach, answer questions, and talk to you about how the doors are opening up for this new group. It only opens up 3 times a year. February is going to be the first time this year. Think about it. And no matter what, come on and let me coach you. Let me see what's going on in your head. Let me help you get free, because freedom is a feeling. It comes from your mind. That's what I help people get. Freedom and peace by helping them see what they think. All right, you guys, go do it. Sign up. And I'll see you on the call in a couple weeks. And you know what? No matter what else you do this week as you're trying on thoughts to feel free and peaceful, please, please, please be very, very kind to yourself. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. If you've been following my podcast and you're loving all the tools that I teach you, but you're just not sure that you can do it or apply it by yourself, then please go to drdebbutler.com/work with me. And you can find out if the program that I do and the coaching that I do will help you get to where you want to be, to learn all the tools that I teach and be able to make it a part of your life. Just go to drdebbutler.com/work with me. You can set up a free 30-minute mini session.